Are we on? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights, cameras. We're going live.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
That concept there, that video coming out from the man Ashake, if I can say that. Anyway, now before we jump into the convo for this morning, you're welcome back to the show right here on Culture Daily 3 Music, also streaming live on Plus 89.9 FM. Now, every time we eat, very important, food and sugars are trapped between our teeth. Now, that leads to tooth decay, of course, you know that. So, brushing your teeth every morning and night with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter gives your teeth the protection they need, leaving you with 10 times stronger teeth. Like they say, Pepsodent Cavity, maximum cavity protection 10 times stronger. Now, there are two other highly effective variants of Pepsodent on the market. Now, we've got the charcoal and the herbal. Now, the charcoal is made with fine blend of activated charcoal and lemon essence. Also, Pepsodent Charcoal White gently polishes away tooth stains and naturally restores your bright smile. And also for the herbal, for our herbal lovers, you need to try the herbal toothpaste formulated from carefully selected natural extracts and uniquely blended herbs. Also, Pepsodent Herbal releases, repairs, and protects gum tissue whilst giving you strong teeth. You can call the customer care center. That's toll-free 0800 2030. That's 200030. Always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and before you sleep at night. Pepsodent, every smile matters. I don't know, Cyril and Olili, are you guys really into the practice of brushing at night?
Yep.
Before you sleep? Okay, all right. Do you do that at night?
I floss too.
All right.
I can't not do it because I have to force the
kids to do it.
yeah.
Oh yeah, so you have to partake in the
The
activity.
puppies have to partake to show an example.
Lead by example, yes.
Hey, Brigo.
Brigo. Anyways, now this morning, starting off our week's conversation here on Culture Daily, we're talking fashion, luxury fashion, all right? So the state of the Ghanaian modern luxury fashion industry. Now, since the VGMAs and recently the AMCVs, is it AMVCA? Those alphabets always confuse me. AMVCA. It sounds like, you know, how sometimes that when LGBTQ was adding up here, the numbers. So it's AMVCA. You know, conversations on fashion have taken the trends in recent times, and it's beautiful the way we see lately. Even before I even talk about that one, you watched recently the young, rich African famous things. You see how detailed fashion has become, you know, very prominent in our spaces. There on your screens now, you're seeing images and shots from the AMVCAs, where detailing has become, you know, one of the conversations on the table with regards to fashion. No, maybe not this one though, but but anyway, creatively, yes, it's a conversation worth having. Africa and fashion now. You know, it's now become something on our table. It used to be always looking at for these luxurious brands, you know, in Western worlds, but it's staring at us right in our faces, where our fashion designers as well as you know, creators have decided to get very, very aggressive on how they showcase their works. Beautiful display in terms of choice of fabric, designs, concepts, and all. Well, this morning we want to talk about the state of the Ghanaian modern luxury fashion industry, and we are honored to have two very you know, prominent members in that field to have a conversation with us. Let me welcome Debbie. She's She's a fashion stylist and content creator as well. Debbie, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good too. And of course, our very own brother, Ekow, Ekow Barnes. Ekow is a creative producer. As for Ekow, there you are home with us. Ekow, recently I saw you journeying to the West, or was he here? He was around. Were you around town?
Somewhere.
Around somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I'll come to you and tell us where you went, what you were doing there. But let's just get a quick background, really, to what you really do. Let me start off with you, Debbie. Just give us insights. When you say you were a fashion stylist and a content creator, with regards to, I'm sure, about fashion, right?
Yes.
Okay, tell us a bit more.
So in terms of fashion styling, I dress people. I tell you what to wear.
Not toddlers,
and where, right? Not toddlers, no. Not toddlers. I basically help you with your personal style. I do more personal styling.
Okay.
And content creation, I also work with a lot of fashion brands. So just to help them to put their work out there, because the thing about fashion is the designer can design, but then it takes a stylist to show that this is how you're supposed to wear it. The designer cannot market it that way. So that's when I come in with my content, and then I show everybody, this is how you wear it. You can wear this to brunch, you can wear this to a wedding, you can wear this on a red carpet.
It's interests me what you look at, how you choose the style for the person. So you can use me as an example. No, don't use me as an example. As an example. I feel it will be easy to use me. I know why I'm saying that. Serial is not really too crazy about going on AMVCA.
Once I'm not naked, I'm
yeah,
okay.
Serial is a very simple, straightforward guy. Unless I'm wrong, Serial.
No.
Before I work with you, it's style. There's a difference between being stylish and being fashionable.
Okay.
So people that are fashionable is like, let me go and get Gucci. Let me get this because everybody's wearing it. But when you have personal style, you know what you like. You know what fits your lifestyle. There are certain things that you cannot put on me. Like I will tell you, this is not my style. I will not wear it. So when it comes to styling, that relationship is there. So I have to get to know you as a person. I always like to have like a conversation with you. We can start with, what are your favorite colors? What is this? What is that? The next thing you know, off topic, we just start talking about normal things. And by doing that, that's how I pick the things that you like.
Okay.
And then I recommend certain pieces. But the thing about styling is it doesn't happen just once. Like we grow. As we're growing, we're knowing each other. You're also knowing what you like and what you don't like in terms of when it comes to like style and fashion.
Interesting.
There's a lot that goes into it.
So if you take someone like Serial, before we end the show, I want you to give us an idea of what if you were going to style him.
Tea and bread.
He looks like, he said he just doesn't have to be naked. So I'm guessing his style is very straightforward.
Yes.
So get him some really nice shirts. Looking at where he goes to, you come to work often, so then I'll group it. There's work where there's church, there's this. So based on his lifestyle, then I recommend. And then I'll put the pieces together.
Very interesting. I mean, that sounds like...
Serious on his tea and bread.
It's tea and bread. Which tea and bread?
You don't know tea and bread.
No.
Are they across the thing from you? You go ahead to
Violence.
Ricky has employed an MP here. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about that one. But guys, so let me throw this across to you real quickly with regards to the events. The
AMVCA.
AMVCA. Okay,
Bring your hand. Let me write it in before.
No, I got it now. AM. I can't go wrong on that. AMVCA. So let's just give us what your take on is, what you saw in terms of fashion presence. For most of the celebrities that were there. Let's talk about it. Ekow, what did you witness? And what did you make out of it?
Hey.
I think on a scale of 100, I'll give them 70, 80, yeah. Because I feel when it has to do with fashion in Nigeria as a whole, they really understand the marketing of fashion. It's not just me having to put together something to wear on a red carpet, but most of their celebrities have like stylists, PR team, managers who are really advising every now and then what they should wear for these red carpet events. So I I was really excited seeing some of the looks. Some too, it was really overwhelming. But like, it looks like they really nailed it.
We have some images on the screen now. Let's take some of the ones we have one by one and let's talk about it real quickly. So on screen now, Inedo, in that stunning silver-colored, outfit. Tell me what you make of this as
but
well.
they should have brought the Ghanaian on first. Find an Ekow photo. The
it's.
Yeah, they should find that one before Nigerians say we are focusing on them too much.
Nailed it, and I feel like
nailed
she...
And for her, she's been very consistent for like...
Because she even started doing like photo shoots for her outfits before she
Sorry,
gets
please,
there.
Olele just took us off. I beg you, let's finish with yeah, don't mind Olele and his agenda. His high life agenda. Let's talk about this. Please school us on this outfit if you can. No, I mean, generally, what is your take on such an outfit for the occasion?
I think it's nice. To be honest, I think it's nice. As I said, I always just look for... I'm just trying to, like, find your personal style with what you're doing. So I always just like to watch and then take it in. This, I don't mind this. It's not too over the top. Because what I've also noticed is, I think the AMVCA is like Oscars, right?
Yeah, and maybe
but
a little bit of
certain
Met Gala.
people think it's Met Gala.
Yeah.
They take it too
So
personal.
they start, it ends up being too costumey when it's supposed to be Oscars, like it's a movie. So let's see exactly.
Conservative.
Exactly. But it's just a lot of things going on. But we're trying to find our ground. So I feel like eventually we'll get it. This
is Nane Kiado.
That was a dress.
I think she was best dressed.
Yeah, that was a dress. And this is really like very expensive, even from
Yeah.
you could tell how much went into
I don't know why people are calling it Robocop, but hey.
No, that's the style. I really love
That's
Robocop
her style.
That's fantastic.
Bro, this is hard.
She's a fashion goddess. I'm sorry, but like I really love what she
What?
wears every now and then.
Me
Look
too.
at that.
It's not what I would wear all the time, but I appreciate it because like that is her style, and she always comes correct with it.
Should you always have an outfit for just red carpet and an outfit for the event?
Sorry, before that question, just before that question, what is supposed to be the statement a person is supposed to make on a red carpet?
Yes.
Just represent, look good.
No, I think it's too weak for me. Because I'm saying that because of what is perceived, what the fans think it is, the viewers think it is, and what the person who is wearing the outfit is supposed to convey, what message. So can we understand it? Because I said it was too easy for me.
Okay, so I'm touching base on what Debbie said about knowing your style. In as much as you are going for a red carpet event, let me use myself as an example. If I'm coming for 3 music awards, there are some looks I will never wear because one, I'm skinny. So I would do well on suit, but suit wouldn't be my style. And if I'm ever going to wear suit, I need to go to a tailor or a designer to really fit me into that fit. So I can't be wearing anything because I feel like, I saw Jay Foley wearing a Gucci pant or a Gucci jacket, so I have to go and buy some. And that's what sometimes we tend to face here, because everyone feels like I need to wear this sort of look, it will make me feel good. But no, everyone has their style. So if your body is not really meant for that sort of look, I'm not sure it will really work on you. No matter how much you bought it for, when you get on the red carpet, that's where it becomes very tacky. So you could see that someone bought a nice jacket, a nice pant, nice shoes and everything, but like the body type, everything doesn't really fit what he or she is wearing. And so that's where sometimes we have issues. And also I really believe in being confident in what you are wearing. If you are not even confident what you're wearing, sometimes the dress will wear you, like she said.
The dress will wear you.
Yeah.
Do you have any add-ons to this? Because, I'm just introducing this conversation real quickly with how the fans understand what a red carpet moment is. And then, what fashion designers themselves the statement they try to make on a red carpet on an individual. I feel there's a bit of a gap in between the understanding.
Well, everything Ekow said, my thing is just don't look too costumey.
Don't look too costumey. Interesting. Wow. Break it down, please.
Costumey, and like how I was saying, it's a movie awards, right? So try and not go too over the board. Like it just doesn't look right. It's like you're trying too much.
So what about what this lady wore, for example?
Who? Nanikia
wore, for example.
I loved it. It's a lot, but it's not a lot. There's control. And moreover, everybody knows Nanekia to be a maximalist. Like, we don't expect less from her.
Yeah.
If I probably wore something with glasses, everybody will look at me like, Debbie, that's not you. You're very simple. You comb your hair back, simple, and that's you. So for her, that's why I was saying that I'm looking out for things like that. Like, I follow you. I see what you wear. I see this. So I'm expecting you to give me this kind of look on a red carpet. But there are certain people. Imagine somebody who's always doing modest dressing, and then on the red carpet, I see you completely different. Like, there is such a disconnect. And if you're a celebrity, like, we have to know you, just like how people will see something and say, oh, this is so Rihanna. This is so this. Like, you need to be able to define your style as a celebrity.
Okay, so if we look at our industry now, let's talk about the mindset of the fashion designers as opposed to the kind of activities that we have in the country. Do we have a misfit? Do we have? Are we aligned? I know it's quite of a broad and tough question, but to what our fashion designers are creating for our memorable events, is it connecting? In your general opinion, I know it's hard and opinionated, but help me out.
This is my own perspective. I think, yes, our designers are really doing well, but sometimes it's also our talent or our celebrities. Some of them are very stubborn in the sense that, like how Debbie said, if I know that Siole wouldn't be good in wearing a big pant, I don't need to he doesn't need to force me to get that for him. But some, because he feels like, oh, Jay-Z wore that on the red carpet, that means you have to get that for me. But maybe that's not your style. So at times, a stylist or a designer will do their best to get the design and everything, but it has to do with the talent. Most of them don't want to listen. That's the main problem sometimes. Because if you want a particular look and I tell you this is not really going to be good on you on red carpet, you need to listen, because that's why you are hiring the person. That's why you are paying the person. But in terms of the designing too, sometimes our designers to go overboard, because there are some looks that it needs to be very simple, but you see that it becomes so tacky. Like how she made mention, if it's Oscars, you know that it's more of like very like a calm night, your black tags, a red dress,
Formal
black
look.
gown or something. Then maybe you're going to wear like a Robocop dress. No. You need to be like know when you're going out. Okay, it's an evening event. They made mention maybe a touch of gold, a touch of pink, a touch of all black. Then you come on board looking so different. Sometimes it becomes a problem. So I think the designers are really trying, but also they also need to do their research and know what works for their talent. Yeah.
Would that not be
where-
them taking your job?
No, I think that's where the stylist comes in, right? A designer is not a stylist. A designer is not a marketing. Like, you are just designing. So it's up to the stylist to bring your designs like out, right? So the thing with what I've noticed with the celebrities and the designers and everything, sometimes it's not. Most of the time, sometimes is the celebrity and is also the management. Because they are also seeing something. Even TV. There was a time where I was styling someone for TV. So I did research on what the show is about, went online to find like similar shows outside of Ghana to see like if it's a morning show, this is the kind of looks you should be doing. So then the producer is like, oh, it's too simple. It has to be glam. I said morning show. Like, wearing a whole gown, morning show, like,
It's
it
overkill.
just, yeah. So that's where the problem is. But now stylists are coming in and sort of making the designer's job easier, because every designer they all have their brand. Like, there are certain people that you will not see them make skimpy clothes. So if this is the artist, then the stylist will recommend, this designer does this type of thing. So this is the perfect person for you. But if you don't know and you just see Nanekia wear something and you're like, okay, let's go to the same designer to do something, like, it's different. Everybody does different things. Certain designers just do ready to wear. It's like going to ask a ready to wear designer to do a gown for you.
Yeah.
I wanted to, just before you go into the other part of the question, that's why I wanted to ask about the difference between red carpet fits and then going for an event fit, right? Because not too long ago, I think Thames was in the trend for taking a particular fit into the Oscars, and
That she blocked people.
that she blocked people, right?
That was a look.
It was a look,
It was a
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was a look. So we shouldn't.
Yeah.
That was like Oscars.
Right.
It's
So that's
just that
formal.
Obviously, is also. She was in a white tea space, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Who is this black girl? Why is she taking the shine? Because her look alone, as soon as where she was seated, how she came, you know that stems, like the whole dress, everything. Her stylist really did so well. I think they really went into, like, she did a whole research as to what exactly Oscars needed. Because let's look in the past with Beyonce and all these guys. Beyonce will never dress down for Oscars if she's ever going. So I think Thames really represented Africa, and we shouldn't really have any comms with her when it comes to...
So the reason I'm asking this is because often you see the stars wear a particular fit.
So what if somebody else, being white, had blocked Thames' view by wearing that?
That's what I feel like you just want to...
I just want to find out my opinion on the fact that if somebody else had worn what Thames was wearing, I had blocked Thames' view, and she had complained that I was there and I couldn't see, would that be different?
No, but I don't think this is the first time ever. Like, women, some people are very extravagant. Like, even Amanda, sometimes when you go to church, they have this, is it Gele?
Yeah.
It's something normal. I feel maybe where she was wasn't like, she should have maybe sat somewhere where she wouldn't block a lot of people.
So can we critique what she wore?
I love it.
No, the dress is good.
No, I didn't say the dress wasn't good.
Okay.
I'm saying that at the end of the day, the designer, because you make mention of research, doing research deep into it. And was there a flaw with the designer's thought process on the fact that the head gear or the whatever she wore, the hat that she wore, could also pose as for somebody who has also meant to come for the Oscars? I'm playing the devil's advocate here, who has also meant to come for the Oscars the whole year.
He's asking if your fashion has the right to be an inconvenience. Because no matter what Thames' agenda was, or the impact
it's fine.
that she wanted to hit, the fact remains that people sitting behind there had a problem enjoying the same show she was trying to capitalize on. So would that be an issue?
Because I want to find out, is it the designer's fault or is the stylist's fault in this one? Or it's because she has to rock it?
Or there's no fault?
Personally, I don't think there was a fault. The only fault she made was maybe she should have sat somewhere she wouldn't have blocked people. But the dress itself, I think that was a good dress. The stylist really did her job. So that, but I think like what Jeffoli was asking, that maybe someone has always been wanting to go for Oscars, so their first time, that maybe she's sorry about that. And I think they came out to apologize. But I'm not sure the look itself or the designer or the stylist didn't do their job.
Yeah, so in the grand scheme of things, is it like a golden rule to have a particular fit for the red carpet? Because you say you need to dress for the occasion, right? So do you have to go into a red carpet knowing that, okay, I'm going there to showcase? Because the last time we had a conversation about the importance of red carpet at these events, right? So if you want to be on a red carpet, must you have that thought process of going out there to showcase your designer, your stylist, even your brand as a person, and then later you can go into the event with a different fit? Like we're talking about, should we produce the red carpets separately and differently from what we actually see from the other shows, or we should just combine them? Because people come on a red carpet and, to be honest, they're looking very hideous, right? Yeah, and so we are not too sure if we should criticize them because we are not too sure if we should criticize the red carpet because we have not been able to separate the two, right? But over time, we've seen that the red carpet has become that central, bit of the whole conversation. So where do we draw the lines in terms of producing the red carpet? Because I don't think we're going to have like a Met Gala. Maybe in the near future we'll get Africa's own Met Gala. But so far it's our red carpet that has become the Met Gala of our events. So where do we draw the lines of quality, luxury, inspiration and whatnot, and not create an avenue for people to insult people on the red carpet?
Okay, so I think first of all, every event always has like a dress code.
Right.
So in order to control that, even Met Gala this year was Karl Lagerfeld.
Yeah, Lagerfeld.
So it's like when there's a theme, people will follow it.
Okay.
So it's formal. That's what I'm saying. That it also depends on the people. Like we watch things. Do you get? We watch things on TV. Everybody wants to do some. So when you tell me red carpet, it's like, this is my moment.
Kaish.
Do you get it? This is my moment. But I think red carpet is very essential. There are certain people that are doing it and others that aren't. And there's also a way to actually put like African designers on there. Do you understand? And I don't think you should, unless you're performing, I don't see why you should wear the dress, take a picture, go. Like, I want to see that it's like it's quality. I can sit in it. I can do this. I can do that. Then it makes it more believable. Then I want to work with African designers more.
In your field, how does one get in, and what kind of qualities or characteristics must one possess
to be a fashion stylist? Well, for me, it was passion. I've always liked dressing, and so I had to put myself out there, like post myself wearing this, I'm wearing this to this place. And I also reached out to designers. And before I even became a fashion stylist, I did different things. I did fashion blogging, I did makeup. I worked under different fashion brands, just doing content for them. So through that, I've been doing it for 10 years. So through that, I'm like, you know what? This is the direction I want to go. This is what we are missing. Designers are making things. They don't know how to get it out. I know how to get it out. I know how to do this. So we need somebody who would like start doing that. And by doing that, even the everyday person has been asking for styling. That's where personal styling comes in. I style people when they are going on trips. I style people when they are going to weddings. I style people, like, it's just endless, birthdays, whatever it is. So now people are starting to understand, because just as you would go to a bank, we will walk in, we don't know what's going on. All I know is I'm putting my money in and I'm taking out. It takes, the people that work there will have to explain it to you. So then I also had to think of it. Not everybody will understand fashion the way that I would understand it. I will pick a shirt, how I will style this shirt is not the same way you would style it. So let me just calm down and just explain to people that, you know what, this is how it's supposed to be. Try it like this, do it like that. And then with time, it's been growing, because when it comes to stylists, there are different types of stylists. There's someone who just does personal styling. There's an editorial stylist. Those are the ones that do the magazine. That's like Ekow's field. Like, they do the magazines or the editorial, the big things. And then you come to the personal styling. So whatever has been done in editorial, then I will bring it to real life. So people keep looking at editorial and thinking that this is how I'm supposed to be walking in town. No, I will break it down. Remove this top, pair it with jeans. Remove this, do it with that. So there's different types of styling.
Are there any particular tricks to understand? One needs to know to become a fashion stylist. In terms of maybe blue would always match with this, purple would always go with that, jeans would be preferred this type of fabric with. Is there particular?
People actually go to school to learn these things.
Okay.
But with what I know, it took a while for me to know that I have something.
Okay.
It's just like somebody who can sing naturally and then someone who's training to sing. Like, if you have it, you have it. So if you feel like you don't have it, like, you just train under somebody.
Okay.
So with time, you learn.
So do you go and, sorry, Ekow, let me just be on here for a bit. So do you go looking for the fabrics and the dresses and the clothing for the person, or you recommend that blue over a black? Or
I do all that. So it's basically also working with the designer. Do you understand? So we come up with the style, and then I will recommend these colors. Like, this is your skin tone. You're dark. I think orange will pop on your skin. So let's do orange. And sometimes I even go far, like, to check your previous looks. Like, I've never seen you wear any bright color on the red carpet before. Let's try it today. So if you're not even comfortable, then I would probably not let it be a dramatic dress, because the color is too loud for you. It can be a simple dress, but then the color will be the loud one. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Ekow, she mentioned editorial styling or something.
Like editorial, yeah.
Can you just explain to us?
I'm not a stylist, though, but like, I'm in the space where I tend to work with Debbie and other stylists when it has to do with like commercial projects, film, editorial, where, let's say, for instance, if, let's say, Thames is gracing a cover for, let's say, Vogue, and I tend to be part of the production team, your job is to also bring out like the best team. So sometimes the clients might ask you who is the right person to fit this job. So let's say I can say, okay, Deb can start Thames based on what I've seen in the past. So that's what I do every now and then, but I'm not really a stylist. So what we do every now and then is, if let's say I tend to hire Debs, when she comes in, she might have a book. She's always having a book or their iPad where they tend to sketch different looks. They tend to pull looks from all designers. So that's where she will send an email to, let's say, the Christy Browns and the Abasewa and all these brands where, okay, we have temps in Ghana, we are shooting for 3 days, and these are the mood board, these are the inspiration that we want to. So her job is to go around all these designers' showroom just to pick up looks and make sure that the vision board that the photographer or the creative director brought on board is what we are trying to achieve.
Is it difficult?
It's difficult.
It's very difficult.
It's very difficult.
Yeah, sometimes you can even cry on the job.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's difficult
because managers are very stubborn.
And in Ghana, like the fashion industry is now growing.
So they don't really understand. Like how she made mention about how someone will see an editorial. Let's say you grace a JQ cover. You're wearing a suit. All the looks and be like, oh, I want the same thing. No, that was for a commercial purpose. What you saw might be even a paid ad look that you are wearing on the
specially
cover.
Styled for that.
You get it, but here everyone is like, I want the same. Like someone can send a full look, head to toe. That's what they want, but that's why we have a stylist. Your job is to just come on set, trust that the person can deliver. So for me, I'm always having that difficult having to work with some of our people because it's like they don't get the vision. Someone has sat down to draw a whole inspiration, and now you want to tweak it. Maybe let's say if it's a film, the idea is to go minimal, but you want to come out with like wearing a gown. No, that's not what we are looking for. So like at times it's really messy.
What's the challenge? It's a challenge between the time they engage you, or it's between the time they realize they actually need someone to help them with their fits. Because if I call you to come and style me, there's a reason why I called you, right? Mm-hmm. Because I believe you are great in your field. So why am I making your work difficult? I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, you are bad.
Like, for example, I'm going out for an event. I know I need a stylist, so I call Ekow. I call Debs. Okay, guys, I'm going out for an event, so what do you have for me? Then you bring it, and I say, okay, I'll wear it. I don't understand. Is that the kind of challenges you guys are having?
In the beginning, but that's when I decided to talk to people more before I need to understand and know what you're looking for at the end of the day.
Okay.
So I'll be able to cater to that.
Right.
Not imposing on you, because at the end of the day, you still have to feel like yourself.
Okay.
So I'm even coming in, even if when you tell me, I want a suit, and then I feel like the suit is not appropriate for the event, I'll tell you maybe take the shirt off and let's do a t-shirt with a blazer instead of you wearing that. So I come in to just add. I'm not taking away from you.
Right. So it's more collaborative than imposing.
Yes.
Okay.
That's when it becomes a...
Remember, we have a case study with cereal, so please.
Yes.
Let's. I know you were involved with Kamala's. Her coming in and all that. You might want to give us some more insights into what role you played in there, if you had anything to do with fashion. But before that, I want to find out this space you find yourself in. Does it pay?
Very well. If
you know your worth and you know what it is that you're given, you can ask for.
Take me away from ifs. And tell me what facts there are to the profit.
So for me,
profitability of this area.
For me, is experience, and I put myself out there more. So it's like you are looking at this girl; she's doing it. Other people will come through here. She styled them, so then I'm able to price higher. Sometimes my prices are not stable all the time. Sometimes it goes up. After a job.
So how do you charge? Is it on weekly, monthly, daily, per activation?
I charge per look.
Per look?
Yes.
Wow.
I charge per look.
And I want to understand this.
So
I want to understand how it works. I have never really engaged a stylist before.
Personal styling.
Style me for a week. So what would it cost? Give us a scenario. So I said style me for a week.
Style you for a week. I won't give you the numbers, but style you for a week.
You won't give the numbers.
A week, like for
Monday
work,
to Friday for Culture Daily.
For Culture Daily, okay. So then we're going to do the wardrobe overhaul.
Okay.
So with that, I come to your wardrobe based on your lifestyle. I'm sure there are certain things that should not be there.
Hey.
That's consulting.
You go sack up. You go sack up. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Your Uber is here.
Should not be there. So then starting with that.
Why are you so sure? So everybody's wardrobe.
No, because that's the thing, because it's not your field, right? So you feel like, there's this suit. But how many times will you wear suits? You know you won't wear it. It's just sitting in your closet. So what I will do is, for instance, you work in a bank. You're always going to the bank. But when I come to your closet, it's cocktail dresses. Then now when you are going to, it doesn't make sense. Like there's a disconnect. So if I come in, I'm taking this out, and then your lifestyle, you go to work a lot. Make sure there are work clothes. Make sure there are a few cocktail clothes, a few this, a few that.
In my wardrobe.
So the closet overhaul is like a package.
Oh.
And then if you want the event styling, that's like per look. And then I'll also take a percentage of the design. Because we've discussed, the designer doesn't know what they want to do anyway.
Right.
So then I'm telling you, the designer, that do it like this, pass
Because
here,
of
do this, do that, because she's like this. So then I also get a cut from the designer for coming up with
Facilitation
the
and
look. So you just have to be...
Intellectual
Yes,
property,
so I take that, you pay me for the look, everybody's happy, and we go.
Thank you.
Because there's a lot of work that goes into it. I have to book your makeup artist. You're literally just relaxing, and I'm like, okay, can you come in today for fitting? I'm sitting like in the fitting room with you. So you basically don't have to worry yourself about thinking or doing anything. And then everything is just, your accessories are brought to you for the look. And then
you said I should start work.
Okay.
When?
Sorry?
You said I should start work when? Tomorrow.
You mentioned that there are, Ghana is Ghana is growing in terms of accepting, where fashion has reached, which I do side with you. But are we at that point where celebrity styling should be on our plate for a conversation? Should it be there now?
A big yes. Because right now, Ghana is not like the Ghana we used to
There's
know.
so many
I'm going to debate you on this, but finish so that I need to be convinced.
When I came into the industry years ago, when doing modeling, and Debbie, like she said, she's an experience. She casted me for when Prince Charles came to Ghana. So that's how it should tell you that it's not even just people making money now. It's also about being experienced. And on that project, it was a lot. They nearly took me out because all the designers, their looks wasn't for this young, skinny, tiny boy. Wow. But for her, she understands the business that in fashion, when you go to Paris, Milan, and all these things, we have very athletic, skinny models who are wearing suits and all that will fit their body. So she made sure that she casted me to a designer that I could work for. I mean, that's it. I am asking a question about if it's a growing... Yeah. I think yes, because let's see the likes of Bjuku and all these guys. I saw him, he was in New York wearing Kenzo. Mm-hmm. Do you know how he got that Kenzo? Mm-mm. It was a stylist that got it for him, or it was the brand that reached out to him to give that Kenzo to. But we feel like, I'm just in Ghana, I'm going for a concert, I'm going for a radio show, let me wear anything. Consult people, you have a manager, I feel it's a whole 360 when it has to do with talent. Whether you're an actor, a musician, anything that you can think of when it has to do with the creative ecosystem, you can't do it on your own. For me, even now that I'm just doing my thing, I have people I consult when it comes to my look. Or what should I wear? Kojo, I'll call Kojo, what do you think about this look? Should I be like, no, this pant is not okay? Because people are also looking up to you. You can't just wear anything because you feel like you have looks.
Okay.
So in as much as we think, it's just, Ghana. Now, right now, we've really bypassed that whole everyday Ghana. We are really going into...
Okay, Ekow. Then I have a big concern. Mm-hmm. You see, the questions that we've been asking have been very strategic because we want to build a very nice point. We asked about if the fans, if the viewers understood what was happening. He asked about red carpet. Mm-hmm. You explained fashion and style. Mm-hmm. Then I'm at a point where I'm wondering that the red carpet, for example, in Ghana has now become a center of ridicule. And a lot of other people like yourself, whom I see do post reviews, tend not to agree among themselves because it's one thing the designers are trying to portray. It's another thing the critics are trying to understand. Mm-hmm. It's one thing the viewers are watching. So there's a whole big confusion on the whole fashion industry. So what's happening? A typical trend in Ghana now is an event happen, red carpet. People start taking memes and pictures of Ideal Milton and this and that, and posting alongside and say you look like this. That has now become the new trend. So me as a viewer on Twitter, trying to educate myself on fashion in Ghana, I tend to see all our celebrities as they don't dress well. So in fact, the perception out there as we speak now post VGMA is that celebs don't dress well in Ghana. That's one. That's very sad. Number two.
I think it's also because most of these
Let me finish it for you. Number two. So you can answer it well for me. Number two, the fashion designers and what they are creating. I do believe they've also had experiences in some of these international shows and believe they want to make a certain statement on the red carpet with what they can do. So they are also going crazy, trying to rewrite the narrative of what fashion is. Let's not go looking dull again. Let's go harder. Okay. Let's make a statement. Okay? What Nana Ekow, right, wore, if she had worn it to a VGMA, I mean, I don't see it bad.
No,
but you might have people look at it a certain way. I dare say that we probably speak this confidently as a result of also the personality we are engaging. But that's something that's J for me. That's how I.
Right.
Would it have been the same thing if it were another person? Let's speak differently. So then, lastly, now.
You said too nice, like
yeah. So there were three things: the fan, the designer, and then the critique. So I see a very confused platform, confused association. I don't see any cohesion between all three parties.
To add to that,
so are we really there yet?
Just like back in the day, people didn't really used to respect makeup artists and all these things, but with time, everybody knows that like they are starting to play a major role when it comes to your look. And I feel like styling is now getting there. When it comes to red carpets or whatever it is for celebrities, my thing is it takes a village. Before I will style a celebrity, I need to meet your management team. What direction do you want for this celebrity? We want her to be seen as a very classy, modest girl. We want her to be seen as someone who's like a maximalist who likes doing this. So based on that, then the stylist will be able to help. But then most of the celebrities here are looking at it as it's just a dress. Like I can just go to this designer and do whatever it is. But you see, you won't do the homework that I would do. So they are not getting stylists. And the management is also not clear on where they want the celebrities to be.
But let me hold brief for the celebrities. But when they went to the red carpet and they were asked, "What are you wearing?" They said, "I was styled by."
Of course.
Everybody. This is Ghana. Everybody wants to be something. It was the same thing with makeup. When makeup was becoming a thing, every girl picked their makeup brush that okay, this person is making money, so I also jump into it. That's why I said there's passion behind it. Yeah. It's not just you can try to do it, but you won't do it.
So do we have enough professional stylists in Ghana per all the engagements you've done?
Yeah, I think now it's a growing market. It's a growing market. It's exciting to see that the likes. Like I think now we are actually very good, and then young people come into if they really have the passion and being hardworking, they can also get
willing to learn.
To touch on what you said about fun and everything, I don't know, but. People should forgive me. I feel we all grew up. I grew up in a space where, like, you were not allowed to ask questions because you are from Ghana. Oh, you are Krabon. Why are you asking this question? Usa, that sort of thing. So it's been a mindset for a lot of Ghanaians. So even whether Cyril wears a real jacket, like he's been styled so well, good or bad, you still get people saying bad things about it. A lot of us are not really very open-minded. Like my grandma would say, travel and see. People are so like all their life is just here. They don't do all they know is just be on Twitter or whatever. But they'll just pick up their phone just to be tweeting about anything. Someone sat down to do a whole research. There's sketching, there's sourcing, there's all that. And so when they dress someone on the red carpet, sometimes it goes wrong. That I'm not going to say. There's been so many times, like VGM, I was really under. I actually tweeted this, that we actually need a creative director for the whole thing. Not in a bad way, because I feel like the concept and everything is so good, but there's a lot more that we can do. Not because the guys working there are not doing it, but like you need to hire someone. I can't do radio. You are very good at that, so I cannot compete with you. But we are in a system where Debbie is my friend. She's not fit for being a stylist, but because they are very good friends with Olele will bring Debbie on board. And that's what's happening in our creative field. So people don't get why, every day is this person. Of course, you are not. I always say this, like, I have friends and family. My sister is my sister, but I'll never call my sister to come and work on my creative production because she doesn't get it. And that's where we always tend to falter when it has to do with red carpet. You know that this person is really not like a professional person, but because you would pay some little coins and the person can do it. So the person just wakes up, he's on maybe Debbie's page, he's on so-and-so person's page, trying to get inspiration and bringing it to you. Meanwhile, if they had gone to the right person or paid the right person to do it, it would be much easier. So I feel like in as much as we are saying that, the fans also, they are also part of the problem because a lot of them are not very open-minded about things. They just want to talk. I didn't know, share it. Why should you, like that sort of thing. So we are always ready to really banter our people without even having to ask, what was the dress code? How is this person supposed to look on the red carpet?
Some people just join in.
Interesting. Also bear in mind that to come to the VGMAs, for example, you have to park at the State Banquet Hall and then walk across an even. I pity the girls who have to go in heels. It's not as if the car is parking you. So
then when you have like the management and everything, they'll make provision for that. There can be a drop off. Not so many people. They drop you at the red carpet.
Imagine what do you call it?
The celebrities on the night are actually shuttled from.
No, it is for the nominees.
No, some of them. No, some of them. Some of them are even brought closer to the event. I think I don't know about this. Last year, some of them were staying at Kempinski. So.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Great. Siri, I don't know if you want to touch on.
No, I'm learning, but I also picked up something that I think is creative industry wise. Square pegs and round holes. That's what he was describing there, and we've discussed this in many
several
aspects
times,
around. So I think it's a general thing because we also had celebrities here who say they style themselves, they do this. So I don't know with regards to, if I had a question, I would say our celebrity space. Those who say they style themselves, or even the styling in general of our celebs, what would you say if you had to rate it? Do you think they've been doing a good job so far? Is there work to be done? Is there space for improvement? Or are we satisfied with what we have with regards to celebrity culture and styling?
There's a lot of work to be done.
And there's more room for us to learn. So I feel like we shouldn't just sit. You can travel, go to Dubai and buy maybe a full look, and it doesn't mean that you're like a stylish person. Sorry. It doesn't mean that you're a stylish person. You still need to call, Ole, I bought this shirt. What do you think I can wear with this top I'm wearing? I've worn it so many times, but I've changed it like different ways.
Back in the day, we used to dye it.
What?
Any blue and I was some black.
Also, that's another
I know
thing.
that for jeans, but not for like shirts.
Okay.
It's where it's coming from.
Because I used to do that for jeans.
Sorry, so what would it cost? What would like let's put an actual, a bit factual on it. What would it cost, like minimum?
Range.
Maybe you should say that.
To style, use me. For example, what would it cost if you want to style me for AMCV?
AMVCA.
Oh, Debbie. Just say that word.
That word. For 3 music awards, what would it cost to style me for a music awards?
For a look, maybe you're looking between like 1,500 to 3,000.
Ghana cedis.
Yes.
For 5 minutes.
It's not 5 minutes.
No, I'm saying.
No, because the thing is, I'm going to do research, right?
Okay.
When you go to the designer yourself, now some designers will tell you, I don't have time. Or you can even find out last minute. That headache, like thinking of all those things. When you come to me, I've built relationship with these designers. So all I have to do is pick a call. They'll tell you, we're fully booked, we can't do it. But if I call them, they'll do it. So
they'll rent these clothes to you, right?
Yes, well, if you're sample size.
Okay. What does that mean? Please, I'm sample size. You're talking to me. I feel insulted.
If your size is commercially appealing.
Yeah, because that's what they make.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They're too big or too small, then it's a specific.
Oh, okay.
So who else is going to wear it?
No, I think if you're
your
smaller,
size 60 waist. What?
Yeah, that's what it is. Because the clothes move from different countries.
What's the sample size?
For Africa, I know the sample size is 10, like a UK 10. For the women. But so if you're like 14, 15, 14, 16, that means custom. I mean, you have
It's
to
for you.
move.
Take your thing home.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
does the price include? So you talked about having to go to the designer to get the clothes, right? So in this case, Jay may not have a designer.
Yes.
You have to now find a fit.
Yes.
Does that add to your
It's all
cost?
parts. So it's all parts of the cost.
Right.
Because the designer doesn't have a relationship with him, would not give it to him. But I will be able to convince the designer that I'm the one behind it. So give it to me. So it's like they trust you.
Okay.
Because every designer has how they want their brand to be seen. There are certain artists that designers don't even want to give them anything. Like, no, I don't like her brand.
Wow.
I'm not going to give it to her.
Well, they don't want to associate
They
with the brand.
don't want to associate.
Wow.
But then, because they've gone before and they've been bounced. So when you come to me, I'm like, yes, but this is the direction I'm trying to go with her. I want her to be seen this way. So based on that, it's like when you come to Debbie, it's like I can get this type of designer because it's how I've also carried myself and the experience. So they know you're not going to tarnish the brand's image or anything.
Right.
But when they give it to the artists themselves, they will probably go and put choker here, do this here, and spoil it. And they don't like that.
So you're saying that it would cost an average of 2,500
Hey,
cedis
why are you calculating?
for an artist to be on a VGA red carpet, properly styled or dressed up.
There was?
She actually being modest about it, but I think,
Yeah, because that's why I said an average, because you said 1,500 to 3,500.
I don't think it's on average. I think it's on the low end.
I know that's still really
I think to be fair to Debbie, look, if the shoe probably alone you're wearing is more than 3,000, but the thing is that like average.
Yeah,
Right,
that's what I'm
average.
saying.
Yeah,
Like,
average, yeah.
like for example, if maybe I have friends like Ekow, right, who decides to just bless me with a fit, right? I don't know how to style, and I call you. The fit is costing maybe $200 or perhaps $350, which by our currency rate at the moment, it should be
Right.
hitting about 4,000 cedis, right? And then I bring you on board. I'm looking at spending close to 10,000 cedis on the night.
Because
It's possible, right?
it's not just about the outfit. Then I have to look for shoes. I have
Also-
to look for earrings. I have to look for makeup artists. I have to. That's what goes into the service.
Right.
It's not just I'm bringing one dress to you. I can go to the designer for the dress, and then the next thing I'm looking for which makeup artist can do the look that I want her to do for you. And I'm explaining to the makeup artist. After that, go to hairstylist, calling them, being there with you to make sure the hair it was supposed to be curled like this. It's curled that way. So it's literally I'm like for you.
Okay, I have one more question. Jay, you finish.
Well, we have to wrap up on Plus 89.9 FM. It's 10 o'clock, and Plus, we are so sorry that we extend these conversations to 10:10, but please pardon us on that. So if you're on Plus 89.9 FM, real quick, before discover a world of innovation, a world of luxury, and a world many of us dream of, discover the world of Bang & Olufsen. Okay, now it's a particularly true brand in the ever-evolving realm of high-end electronics that you might love to own. You can locate Bang & Olufsen on the Atlantic Tower. It's on the Liberation Road, Accra, where each passing day, month, and year, a variety of drool-worthy new electronic gadgets are brought in, ranging from home theater, speakers, headphones, TV sets, and soundbar products. They are all released. You can go and check it out. Crazy products, I must say. We did show you a couple of days ago some of their products here in the studio. Bang & Olufsen, like no one else. Thank you very much. If you're on Plus, it's going to be on podcasts on YouTube and also repeat at 10 p.m. Thank you. Now, for those of you who are listening to us on or watching us, I beg your pardon, on 3 Music, just for the next 10 minutes, let's get into other things.
Yeah, Jay, I wanted to find out. So, based on what Debbie is saying,
Yes.
what then is the difference between you and a creative director? Because I know Ekow to be a creative director, right? But what you're telling me sounds more of a creative direction, because if you have to work with a makeup artist, you work with a designer, even at some point in time, determine the kind of shoes I need to wear. Isn't that what you do too?
No, his is
it's different.
production.
Mine
Yours?
is, so like even if I'm a creative director, I still need to work with a stylist because I'm not good with like colors. I'm not good with like what dress will fit who and that.
Right.
Yours is just looking at the mood board, getting the right team to come on that project to work. So like for instance, when Kendrick was in town when we were shooting for Citizen, his main stylist couldn't come. So we had a local stylist from here who he was the one sourcing all this stuff. Then what they did was they brought everything from their brands, like the brands you cannot think of. Then it was more like a Zoom call between herself and the stylist here, where for the first shoot, this is what I would want him
As
to
in
wear.
Kendrick stylist and the local stylist.
So it's
Okay.
like they come together because in as much as, let's say Debbie is the main one, Debbie doesn't live here, so there are some things that might not work here. Because our weather system is a bit different.
Right,
So,
right.
No, I'm
Just an example, I live here.
He lives here. So you see, our weather and all that is a bit different. So he also needs to advise, okay, I don't think like a hoodie will be good like in a hot sun.
You have to think about all this as well,
you have
the
to
weather.
think about-
and
because
all
that's another thing I really get tired on the red carpet. So another thing, you see someone wearing like headset. I think we need to stop there. Like, you are coming for an event. Why do you need your Apple headset and Beats? Like, that thing, I don't really get it. Because you are coming into a room to see something. People are wearing, like, how do they call it? The Eskimo jacket.
The chinchilla.
Chinchilla, no. Like, it's very hot.
No, maybe the
yeah.
Grand Arena is very cold, so they want to.
No, it's not.
No.
It's just because they
the
don't.
Arena is cold.
It's very
No,
cold.
no. But it's not.
No,
Last time I was there,
they don't
the way
know,
the way
it's
the
And
AC
even
blew
no,
my ear.
even if it's cold, even in the colder countries, when you go into a place, you take off your jacket.
You do.
They would like
The first thing they collect at the door is
Your jackets,
You
yes.
see, so sometimes like Terry, like I'm like, even the person that you are copying, that's not how they
It's
do
your
it on a
trap.
normal day.
Yeah.
It's your
That's
trap.
what it
is.
Yeah.
Don't mind the girl. You small jacket, I buy the jacket, I won't flex out.
So when you travel, then you flex it.
That's I'm not getting to go. They you guys doing long with the visa.
Oh,
It's
You know,
85 degrees.
see, that's why see, I'm
85
thinking of just
Tropical
you can go
Eskimos.
to SA. It's very cold there.
Me uncle na the bar na me say me share.
no one is stopping you, but know when to wear that. Like, on that, sometimes like fans also talk because sometimes you can tell that this person is really looking good, but just the dress was the wrong timing. Your stomach doesn't fit. Like, look at what Debbie is wearing, and imagine someone like.
I can't wait.
But
Yeah.
the flipper. The
You get
flipper.
it? So you need to know your body. I think that's the first thing, and it's
Know your body
not
type.
every designer will work for you as a brand or
Okay.
as a talent. I can never wear like a sportswear brand like on the red carpet. Some can really rock here, make it look so
Sweet.
cool with their baseball cap and all that. You get it? So know the sort of brands that really works for you, and that's it.
I know we talk about the red carpets and stuff like that, but when it comes to performances on stage, where you have like people really watching you, people who don't get to see you on the red carpet, I don't think that to some far extent, I don't think some of our talents have paid attention to what they wear on stage. Just a few of our talents, like a Sarkodie or a Stoneboy, who will rock an FTY. Last week, Sarkodie rocked the last VGM. He rocked something from Casablanca or some Casablancas.
But that's not a Ghanaian brand.
It's not a Ghanaian brand, yeah. So how do we work with these talents coming together to make sure that we activate more Ghanaian, designers or more Ghanaian products in that? Do you think we have not been able to develop or produce products worthy of such, publicity with our talents? Apart from FTY, which is obviously...
Stage performances are mostly custom.
Okay.
They are mostly
So
custom.
you don't really have to worry about what you are wearing.
I worked with a celeb, with an artist for Christmas. So like the performances, the shows that she did, everything was custom made.
Okay. So this is a combination of designers?
Yes, a combination of
Okay.
designers. So it's like when it was Afrochella, we know, okay, this is how Afrochella is. So this is, as opposed to when you're going to, like, let's say you're going to perform at the AMVCAs, like something more prestigious, you have to wear maybe like a gown or something to perform because of the caliber of people that are going to be there.
Right.
But when I'm going to a festival, they just need to understand it. That's where the stylist also comes in. And I feel like the man, you know how outside when there's a show and there's going to be a performance, you see a car here and this here, like they've planned, so they know the direction they are going with in terms of the performance. The reason why we struggle is ours is just take your microphone and stand on the stage and sing.
No, please. No. We've moved past that one. I was standing for the organizers. We've moved past that. We saw beautiful candles set up for Jackie. We saw Blacko, water being poured on him was planned. No, Debbie, it was planned. It was strategic. Kwakesi has come on table with
When the
motorbikes.
water
It was
came
planned.
down,
Yes. It was planned.
No comment on that.
No.
Just to add that, I
No,
think
I want allow Debbie to say it's not what.
I thank God that we are all laughing. Devil's advocate one.
Opening act for VGMA, PSC, is it PSC, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, beautiful, white. It was planned, deliberate. The ice or the ice smoke, whatever it is, those things. So I beg you,
Dry
that one.
ice. Ajimota, dry ice.
Yeah, dry. dry eyes.
You just showed it.
Yeah. Or
I
okay, there was not even dry eyes on her. So it was, but it was planned.
To add up to what Debbie said, our local designers also need to really work on their final finish. Because if maybe you see Sarkodie working Casablanca and all these brands, imagine they were also equally good brands. I'm not saying our brands are not good.
Right.
I mean, I've seen him wear other Ghanaian brands, but sometimes maybe his stylist or might not want him to wear a particular because of how the sort of collection that they brought in that season, it might not fit what he's trying to do on that stage. Most of our designers are just creating. Sometimes they also need to cater for celebrities down here. Okay, you know what? I know there's going to be VJs, there's going to be 3 music awards. Let's get this sort of looks put down so that when it's time for someone like Debbie to pull, they can get some suit. Sometimes people call they are all mesh shirts. No, you want to be. You get it. You want to wear.
Thank God I have you two here. Now that brings me to a question I want to ask. Now I think that Ghanaian fashion designers are really pushing the notch higher. Like they're doing a very exceptional job on trying to reach the international standards. Some of the ideas are crazy. Thank God I've said that part. But why is it that when you reach out to a fashion designer to sew for you, I've said this thing several times, the first thing is always comes with a kaftan.
No, and then I don't know the fashion designer you read that.
No, not a stylist.
Okay.
I'm not talking about a stylist who is going to like Debbie's type. I'm talking about a fashion designer. Like most of the fashion designers that I have engaged.
But you be big man.
So I want to understand.
You big man.
Let me walk away from. Let me.
Debbie, what's the big man uniform?
Hold on.
This kaftan.
Let me walk away from the humor just to bring. I'm coming. When we finish, we'll laugh about it. But what I want to understand is that is it a conversation on trends? Is it a conversation on trends or because a lot of like anybody wants to sew for you as a gift, you receive it a kaftan.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to understand that's.
So that's another thing we tend to forget. There, we have designers and we have tailors. Some people in Ghana are tailors; they are not designers. Cool. A designer is a high fashion designer. You go to that person; the person has a whole sketch of a red carpet look. There are designers in Ghana. I can tell you that. I'm more of like, this pants I'm wearing was made by a Ghanaian designer, but you might think I bought it from maybe a Bottega or maybe Zara or something.
I wish you would stand so would have seen it, you know.
Should I stand?
Yeah, go to the corner. I will just take a zoom so that people don't understand what they're saying. Because we need to appreciate this very well. Okay.
This was made in Ghana.
Okay, all right. So we're just a second. I think the camera is just trying to pick you on there so people can see. It's a bit dark though, pardon us, it's out of frame. But okay, I don't know if we can get that. All right, come to your right. Yeah. Well, we can't see anyway.
It's fine.
All right, it's fine. We wish you could see.
This was made in Ghana by a Ghanaian designer. And so we always tend to say, oh, kaftan. But there are also equally designers down here who are doing like high-end fashionable looks that we need to. So in as much as people are coming to you with kaftan, you also need to find the right designers.
So when we are driving by the roadside and we see a lot of these, boutiques and shops these shops that are selling, producing and selling these clothes, a lot of the ones we see are tailors, right?
Yeah. They're tailor made.
All right. So then that answers the question.
Yeah.
So our celebrities are going to tailors and not designers.
It might surprise you.
Yeah, some do that because they've seen on Pinterest. So
it's just a picture.
No, she has that a lot of problems. Sometimes they will just bring a screenshot of what Olele wore. Can you do the same thing for me? They'll go to a different designer. Why don't you go to the designer that made that? You get it. So that's why they always do that meme that what.
I don't think so.
What you ordered versus what you got.
So that's what we are facing here. No, but we have kaftan designers, but also they are equally like high-end fashion brands.
In the grand scheme of things, are you guys accessible? I think sometimes it's about access. And maybe I don't know how you you've been in this game for 10 years. Those who know you, right? How did you build your network? Was it
by
job
posting.
Or just posting?
Posting.
Social media.
Nobody will hype you better than yourself.
Facts.
So I always post my work all the time. Before, I thought it was too much, but it's like I post every day. And I always do this thing where I take my audience through the process of my styling.
Right.
I'm in Makola today. I'm buying fabric today. I'm going to this designer. This is how it started. This is ended. Like, I show everything. I show everything. So people just develop. It's like they're growing with the brand. I'm not just styling somebody and then today I'll put some celebrity there that, oh, I styled this person. No, I'm telling a story. And I feel like I've had this advantage because I'm a content creator. So I've been doing it for brands to grow. So I know how to do it for myself. So just tell the story, they grow. And I actually have, when you come on my page, I have a form that you can fill when you want me to style you.
Okay.
Because there are certain people that are shy to...
I don't know what's wrong with Serial.
shy to like message
So we
you
have
or
some
something.
3 minutes more.
There's like a Google form. You go there, say what you want, what you are looking for, what you aspire in terms of style. I read it, then I respond, and we take
What's
it
the
from there.
difference between you and Cyril and myself going to Cantonmount or Makola to look for a fabric?
What
the
I
same
will see
Makola and
won't, it's the
Cantonmount.
same Makola I go to, but what I see is not the same. That's why I said that some things are gifts. Do you understand?
Facts.
What I will see will not. We will all go to that same place, or
So
we
you
can even
just
buy
come
that
to
same
you.
shirt. But how I would wear the
Rockets.
shirts won't be the same.
I apologize
as
for Serial. He'll be sacked from the show. He won't come back. We'll be wrapping it up. I want to put this. So I asked you a question in the beginning for, if you looked at a typical Serial, what kind of, if you were to style him for, he mentioned for a week, not cost though, what would you recommend for him?
I need to know. So every day is here, right?
Every day is here.
Every
TV,
day is
radio.
here. TV, radio. What are you comfortable with?
Not being naked.
Not being naked. Are you a shirt person or like
Shirt,
a
polos,
shirt person?
t-shirts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like kaftans.
You don't want to be a big
And
man?
half shoes.
No, I like kaftans and half shoes occasionally.
Are you a sneaker person or like
Am I what?
a sneaker person? Okay. So then I have to come up with looks. I will pick like neutral colors, so it's not just a one
When you
week
say
thing.
neutral colors, like
Your browns and your blacks and your whites and your beige.
he
Like
does a lot of those colors actually.
yes. And then
Stylists, man.
I can probably add like a pop of color. So by Friday is like, I like to go to work on, don't judge me by what I'm wearing right now, but on Mondays, I like to look a little official because it's like the start of the week, so I want to feel...
So what are you telling us?
I mean, today I dressed based on my mood.
No, I said what I'm telling us because we
Monday morning. Monday morning.
The show-
Monday morning. Look at this hooligan.
half the show is our so what? Maybe before you know, I'm just wearing boxers.
A lot of
Yeah, so you like t-shirts, right?
It's good. So this is what the point I was coming. So there's a photo that I want to put on the screen, and I was styled to a place. I wanted you to look at and tell me your opinion. I'm not telling you where, but tell me where you think such an outfit would fit.
Okay.
I wish the production would just quickly put that photo up on the screen. Okay, because yes, I'm a t-shirt person.
Okay.
On a regular, I mean, this is all I would wear every day. I have plenty of black t-shirts.
Okay.
So something like this, what occasion would best fit?
You can wear it to a wedding.
Okay.
Those polo events.
Yeah.
Like those South African polo.
I don't know.
It's Veuve Clicquot.
South African
Yeah.
polo events. What are these?
Yeah.
Please explain. I haven't been to one before.
Veuve Clicquot
Like
polo.
the
Polo is a
events.
polo like cocktail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This
cocktail.
is really nice. But not with the jacket. If it's the polo, you just take that
Yeah, I'll probably take the tie off
Yeah.
as well.
so it becomes very simple.
Okay.
But you look nice.
You know what I wanted to ask?
Thank you.
You look
I wanted
nice.
to find out from there whether you've met a very stubborn, equally creative person that you were trying to style, like the Clash. Wear this. No, I don't want to wear it. I want to wear this one. How do you?
Yeah.
Something difficult like
Yeah.
styling Kanye.
No, there are some people. Some people are like that.
Yeah.
And also with experience, like I've learned how to work with such people.
Right.
Just allow, because they will not. If you don't let them have their way, it will become stressful. So I just keep quiet. Maybe I'll just add the charge to my therapy bills.
I'm sorry.
Like I'm like, okay, cool.
Transfer the cost.
Yeah, like honestly, you can't be paying me small and be stressing me. Like, okay, cool, no problem. Is that what you want? Okay, so when I hit you with the bill, then you just
pay.
keep quiet. Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. Have you ever had it wrong? Let's wrap up with this one. Have you ever had it wrong before?
Not for me. That's when the other person comes in. So when I'm proud of something, I will post it.
But for me as a person,
Had it
or
wrong. We like-
in general, I'm lost.
Well, both. That would be nice to know actually, since you've brought in the question.
Yes, go with the days. I remember there was one time we went to Lagos. I would never meet my friend. So I got this look, and Bella Niger, they used to really bash people online when you dress. So,
Right.
so they're like, what is he wearing? What is this? Skinny boy wearing this big pant. That was them, but now I'm really like very.
I think I've had it wrong before. Glitz Awards. My shoe didn't come. So I wore a beautiful white dress, but the shoe was off. So it's like when you win the award, they want you to take a picture. So I took a picture, and the next thing I know, I was on Twitter like, nice dress, but her shoe is.
Do you work with a team, or is just you doing everything?
Now I'm getting like younger people who want to learn, but before it was just me.
So basically, old
10
people can't
years.
join you.
Sorry?
Old people can't join you. That's what you're saying.
They don't want to come.
That's what I like to know. But anyway, it's been great having this conversation. This is good insights you've given us. Thank you so much to you, Debbie and Ekow, of course, all the time. I mean, I'm going to take into consideration, engaging you, some of the place because
You should. We won't push your captain, don't worry.
We're going to collect money or we're going to pay money. So
No, the thing is, one thing that I always say is when you look good, you feel good.
Yeah.
Like I dress for myself. I don't dress for anybody. I wake up and I look nice. Like on a wedding day, on the day you dressed up, you're like, like my butt tie, like I feel good. G gets it. Why don't you want to feel like that every day? That's my thing.
yeah, it's kind of.
You can look that way for less.
Very simple, but also expensive.
Okay.
I always tell people most of my things sometimes I get it from Kant. They don't
Likewise,
believe
which is why I started doing DIY because people were like,
Kant is
you
the
look
best
nice. And I'm like, it's actually just 5 CDs.
So you don't have to really buy expensive clothes to look
you
good.
don't.
Like even
That's
as a
not how to-
celebrity, because people's like, you look cheap, you look this, you look that.
That's what I said. You can be fashionable and not stylish.
A lot of our celebrities are just buying it because I also
It's
want to have
fashion.
a $2,000. No, you can actually
But you
buy
can't even, you don't
something.
even know how to style it.
Yeah,
And I'll
okay.
walk in with my
Give me that
50 CDs
$1,000
outfit and look
maybe.
more expensive than you with your 2K outfits.
Well, we've one way past our time, but Ekow and Debbie, thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. Can't.
The crowd of the interview. The crowd of the interview is
Can't.
can't.
Yeah,
Shout out to
Can't is valid.
yes, we are going to make hay while the
Nice
sun shines. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Charlie, were you going to
No,
make
I
any
go follow
changes?
Debbie after.
Any changes?
No, I go speak to Debbie after.
got you.
All right. Thank you so much. We're back here. It's just the start of the week. We're back here again tomorrow, 7 to 10 a.m. on Culture Daily. Debbie and Ekow, thank you.
I'm seeing that.